Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Mirror. And in a normal Rider-Waite tarot deck, this is also the Hangman. And when I see this card, it reminds me to not only look in the mirror and see who I am, but it reminds me to look at life from a different perspective. And, sometimes we have to put ourselves in other shoes, whether it's a job situation, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a social setting. And, if we can take a different look or a different perspective at an issue and, take it from another's point of view, we gain valuable insight as to, how people perceive you, perceive us, I guess is the right word. And then, we can make adjustments along the way. Okay. This gal here, this female serpentine figure, she's carrying a crystal ball in the left hand. And, that crystal ball is kind of, saying, let me look to the future. But yet she's got the mirror in her right hand. And that's saying, well, let me look at who I am. How can I change myself, going into the future? The heron at the bottom, has a pouch hanging from its neck, and usually the heron is the king of vessels, all right. And to me, the king of vessels are the king of emotions, king of psychic ability, and when you have a tendency to lose sight of somebody's perspective. The thing that I like about that is, your psychic ability, your intuition kind of, comes back and says, hold on, wait a minute, take a look at it from this point of view. And then, in the background, there's also a sleeping soul waiting to get to the other side. And, sometimes that heron guides those sleeping souls to the other side. And the one thing that I like to do as well with the King of Herons is pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your daydreams as well. Your fantasies, your desires, your ambitions, your aspirations. Only after much searching, looking within, putting yourself in another person's shoes, seeing the perspective from all sides, and as well as on your quest, will this feminine figure show to bring deeper awareness and wisdom to you? Now the wisdom that she's going to impart is going to be very truthful. It's going to be very action-oriented. All right? You may not like what you see. You may not like what you hear. You may not like what you feel. Okay? But it's all meant to help you grow. It's all meant to give you that wisdom to carry on your path. And with this being a life lessons card, it's something that's supposed to happen during your day to make you think about it. Maybe it's through a communication that you had with somebody else. How do they perceive that communication? Maybe it's how you explain something on a project and what their perceptions are. A lot of times, that deeper awareness happens with a pain. Somebody's hurt you, okay, or wounded you in some form or fashion, maybe with, their words. And when something like that happens, most people tend to withdraw, and they want to get to that island in the background, all right, and get away from everybody. The mirror shows our inner reflections, and, the orb shows the shadows of our inner life. So, as we look at that, we get a perspective of where we are, where our soul is, okay, where our intuition is leading us, where we are going on our spiritual path. Patience and prudence and trust are a process to crossing over to that island, all right? And this is a process to surrender your will. Surrender yourself to the universe. Surrender yourself to your own soul, your own intuition. Listen to what your intuition is telling you. Because when you struggle with that intuition, when you struggle, to grasp what your soul is leading you to do, it creates a lot of chaos within your head. It creates a lot of chaos in your emotions. And, the bad thing about all that is, even if you do grasp it and you do listen to it, others are not going to understand because they're seeing it from a different perspective. Here you are opening yourself up to universe, opening yourself up to spirit, opening yourself up to soul and intuition. And when you do that, in the process, others may look at it as, being hurt because they're not included. And that's not fair to you, it's not fair to them. But if you understand that perspective and are able to communicate how you're feeling, okay, can you communicate the process that you're going through, then, when you look deep within and you ask Spirit to help you out, it will literally guide you. Ask Spirit to help guide you through that project. Ask Spirit to help guide you through that, communication in a relationship or in a social setting. Okay, by looking yourself in the mirror, you may learn some valuable insights. And this includes, your dreams and visions, like I said. Don't force the issue. Don't force, in my opinion, every time you force something, it's kind of like you got this force field in front of you, and you end up pushing it away. You have to let it come to you. You have to let it overwhelm you, all right? The universe works in mysterious ways, and it doesn't revolve around us. It revolves around the spirit that's out there. It revolves around itself. The universe has a plan. For you to push that plan faster or slower, trust me, it's going to get to you whenever you need it. So let it come naturally from your soul, and let your spirit discern where the healing begins. Because once you start down that introspection and you start looking, okay, at what's going on in your life, and you take it from another's perspective, then you can start looking at the areas in your life that are hurt, that need to be healed, okay? It's not going to happen overnight. It never does. It takes time to heal, okay? And that's where that patience, prudence, and trust in the universe and in your spirit and your soul takes over. Let that journey begin, and we saw that yesterday with that Ace of Bows. Let that creative energy begin, okay, and awaken a new awareness and energy that is ready to deal with the world and its challenges. A couple days ago you were bored, but now you've figured something out on that creativity, that action plan. Start putting things in action. You have the endurance to move forward. We saw that last week. And there's a whole slew of people supporting you, okay, with that hearth fire and that celebration. And by listening to your own beat, even with that ancestor card that just dropped off, by listening to your own beat, listening to your intuition, listening to your soul spirit, move forward. Take a look in the mirror and ask yourself, is this truly what I want to do? Why am I hesitating? Why, ask those questions. With nobody around, meditate on it. And listen to the answers. Let your intuition and your soul guide you. Okay? Look at it from all angles. Look at it from so-and-so's perspective. Put yourself in another person's shoes. Astral project if you have to. And just open yourself up to spirit. Open yourself up to the universe and say, you know what? How is this coming across? Am I on the right path? Am I moving forward at the right pace? This is what I want to do. And I want to do this in accordance to what Spirit has for me. I know I have to move forward on my spiritual path. I want to get to that 3 of Bows, that fulfillment. These are the things that I'm working on. But yet there's still obstacles and trials and tribulations in front of me. Okay? Sure enough, universe is going to come down and show you the path. Spirit's going to speak to you. Your soul's going to speak to you. Your intuition's going to speak to you. All you have to do is listen. So that's today's card, the Mirror, out of the Wildwood Tarot deck. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Share it with others. Leave your comments down below. And this is Dee for the Spirit's Path, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, God bless, and stay safe, everybody.